Join the Zone tomorrow live at the JCW's Watch Party in Harriman from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Stop by and get a juicy burger, a thick shake, and watch some games. Mention the Zone at the register and get 10% off your order during the event. That's JCW's tomorrow at 5251 Anthem Park Boulevard in Harriman. Tomorrow, PK,
yes,
it'll be one game. All the marbles, win or go home. In the upside-down world, the Jazz and the Wizards play tonight, and it's one game. Lose and have the best lottery odds. Now, you're not going to change your odds for number one because you got a 14% chance for that, whether you're one, whether you're two, whether you're three, and the Jazz aren't going to be any worse than three. What they're setting here is how far can you drop? And if you're the worst team, you're guaranteed a top 5 pick. If you're the second worst team, you might draft 6th. So that's really what is at stake when these two teams play. How far can you slide? And we saw, Markkanen didn't play, and they get the fine, so now they're playing him. And it's become really clear what they're doing here. They're playing him a lot early, and they're not playing him late. If you look at the shots he takes, and that's the number one thing he does right, he comes out and he provides scoring. Last game, 10 shots in the first quarter, 4 in the second, 2 in the third, 0 in the fourth. He is going to be a 0 fourth quarter factor. He hasn't taken a fourth quarter shot. He might have been on the court. I'll have to go back and look. He might have been on the court briefly, but he hasn't taken a shot in the fourth quarter since he came back. So they're going to front load his minutes, and then he'll play his 19, 24, 20. We haven't seen him go back to 30 minutes yet. I don't think we're going to. I don't know that, but I don't think we're going to. So that's the first thing they're going to do when it comes to handling dumping games against the Wizards, which is a must-tank game, a 2-game swing.
I think that they're going to get top 3 no matter what, win or lose. I think
you are now reaching out into the universe.
Yeah. I feel it. It's going to break their way.
And then it's pick the right guy and hope you get lucky and things work out.
And they will pick the right guy. All the misery, all the losing.
It's going to be worth it.
Yeah, this year. Right.
Because this is 10 straight losses, and if they lose to the Wizards tonight, that'll be 11 straight losses.
Yeah, I don't think that they need to worry about winning or losing this game. In fact, I would think they would win.
And you don't care and you don't mind after all these losses.
No, I think they're where they need to be, and they'll be okay. It's got to break their way.
I can just hear negative fans going, it actually doesn't have to, PK.
It does.
I hope it does, but it doesn't have to.
It will.
Okay, well, I'm glad you can see the future.
I mean, the other teams that they're competing with have had their share of high picks, and the Jazz haven't. So now they've put themselves in the position of what the other teams have been in for a while, right? The Hornets, the Wizards, even the Pelicans. This is what they've been doing for a while, and they've had their share. So they're not going to keep getting more than their share. It's not the way nature works. And
the NBA draft is nature?
Well, it's being involved in gambling my whole life.
It's going to break your way.
Yeah.
Every dog has its day.
And you sit there and you go to a blackjack table. At some point, you're going to win. Just, how do you handle it all? And these other teams, from the lottery perspective, they've won. They're not going to always win. It's not the way it works. It doesn't happen that way. It's the same thing on the flip side. We're talking about losing, in this case, winning. But in case of winning. You look at the Warriors. What was going to derail them? Well, something was going to happen. And sure enough, Klay Thompson gets hurt multiple times. There's forces that I can't explain and prove it to you. You're a logical dude, and it has to. There's a piece of paper and there's numbers, and you add them up, and that's the way the column is on the right, and there's no argument. You recite history a lot. Well, I can't do that in this case. But
actually,
it's going to happen.
That makes your point. I think your point about the Hornets have been in there. They missed the playoffs like 8 straight years. This will be 9 straight years. And their draft history, now they've never picked 1, but they've picked 2, they picked 3, they picked 6. They've had high picks. Now, I guess I could go back and look and see how lucky did they get, but, you're drafting Brandon Miller, you're getting pretty fortunate. You had the second pick.
Yeah.
That takes that the lottery had been restructured. Anybody who gets to number 2 at this point had luck break their way.
Right. Yeah, and the Wizards, who they got at the top now? Right now, who's their best player?
Poole, I guess.
No.
Who?
No.
Who?
Not
I
at
don't know.
all.
I'm not watching the Wizards.
Well, you saw them play the Jazz
Who is it?
the other day, right? When did they play the Jazz?
It was like last week, I think.
Is that right? I'm talking about right now, and the guy they got in the draft, right? You know who I'm talking about?
Oh, getting Alex Sarr with the number 2 pick.
Right. It's not going to happen again.
They just got lucky with number 2.
The forces don't work that way, and he's been looking better. Looking like they got something there. Good for them. He's just a young kid. He's still a teenager. I think he's still 19 years old. Right? And it's looking like, okay, I see what they thought they saw in this youngster. He's long and lean. He's got to grow up physically. But he's a 19-year-old. Who doesn't? Even LeBron didn't. Well, okay, great. You got me there. But 9 times out of 10, that's what they have to do. So I just think that I can't quantify it and say, oh, the odds are in their favor. Because you'll go, oh, they got a 14% chance. And I can't argue with that. But I think
that doesn't mean
forces
that it won't
are
come
with
home.
there. The forces are going to have. You know who just celebrated his 66th birthday 2 days ago? I was out of town. I hope you guys went nuts. It's Danny Ray.
Danny Ainge. Sorry, Danny, I let your birthday pass unnoticed.
66, Danny Ray, and he rolls snake eyes. It's all there, guys. He's 66 years old. You roll 6s with the dice, you're going to win. Can you see it all coming together?
I can't even remember what it's called. There was some dice game that we played with my grandparents when I was a kid. What was that thing called? Anyway, whenever you roll
Parcheesi.
No, it wasn't Parcheesi. I did play Parcheesi. I know what you're talking about, but it wasn't that. It was some game. But anyway, whenever you roll a pair of 6s, Grandpa would always go, box cars! And then he'd line them up like they were train cars. Yeah.
And Danny Ray is 66 years old.
Danny Ainge rolled box cars.
It's going to happen. And you got DeMarcus Cousins. Don't go to Washington. They don't care. Don't go to New Orleans. They don't care. Go to Utah and you will be a hero. DeMarcus Cousins was exactly right. He's been here. He knows.
Yeah.
This is all set up. They are going to capture the flag.
There it is. Mark it down.
I mean, come
Fast
on,
forward.
people. And mark it in sit down.
Well, they're going to play him.
Well, no,
I think
but
the least.
not in
the least
crunch
he plays is
time.
19.
We're gonna
he's not.
We're gonna see Kessler throwing up sky hooks from 3.
When it gets to be what Magic Johnson used to refer to as winning time, what it's going to be for Lauri Markkanen is sitting time.
Yeah,
sitting time. Winning time is sitting time.
and he's not even their best player this year. Collins is.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much he plays in the fourth quarter tonight. Have you been tracking the Wizards? I mean, they've suddenly turned into a half-decent team here.
Well, yes, I have.
They are 9-11 in the last 20 games.
Well,
we
I
been
have
ticketed for the worst team in the NBA.
Right.
And they won a couple with Kuzma, and they traded him, so they're 7-11 since they traded him.
Well, how else would I know that Sarr has taken off if I haven't been following him? I'm not watching them because they're not on television and I don't have the package. But I am most definitely following them because they're direct competition for our team that we have to follow. So absolutely, I don't go at the top anymore. I go the bottom.
I go to the bottom. I know. I look every night. I looked last night. Okay, what did the Hornets do? The Hornets, what am I doing?
And I open up their box score.
I did notice that Sarr had 30. Actually, he had more than that. He had 34 against Denver when they beat Denver on Sunday.
He's been playing well. You go into Denver and win, and you have that, and you're 19 years old. If I'm the folks at Washington, I'm excited. It looks like they've got something. Good for them. And the Jazz, they're going to get something this year. I will go in to a month-long period of mourning if this doesn't work out.
If they slide to fifth?
If this doesn't work out, I'm going to be offended by the basketball gods. I just really believe they're doing what they need to do. It sucks that they need to do this, but this is the situation. And you can't blame the Jazz. Blame the league. The Jazz didn't create the rules. They're just simply playing by them. And if the league doesn't want it, all they got to do is one simple thing. Boom. Everybody gets the same odds.
Flatten the lottery odds for all 14 teams that miss the playoffs. And
every team. Yeah,
no.
You know how dramatic that. Basketball is nothing more than a TV show. It's there to make money for the actors or the players.
There is no doubt. If
and
the TV show,
the networks.
If the TV show is good, If the TV show is good, everybody makes a lot of money. If the TV show is good. Now, you can argue whether it is or whether, but if anything else can be true or false, but this stands alone. If the TV show is good, everyone is awash with money.
I'm driving in this morning, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm flicking around. I'm on a plane overnight. I got to catch up as much as possible. Turn on the NBA channel on my Sirius satellite radio, and they're saying, of course North Carolina was going to get in over West Virginia and Indiana. Do you look across their jerseys? It says North Carolina. The NCAA tournament is a television show. That's exactly what I've been saying forever. Sports is a television show. People want to see North Carolina. They don't want to see West Virginia. That's a fact. If you compare the two, West Virginia wants to see West Virginia. But who does the world want to see? North Carolina.
I heard that. I missed it when it happened, but subsequently, this debate about Carolina led to a conversation with ESPN got blowback because there was some good game. And I guess they put it on ESPN2 or whatever, and they put North Carolina Duke on ESPN. And apparently there was a lot of complaining. We missed it all. They aren't teams that we, cover and carry about. So apparently it's a big deal. And the guy's like, and then 3.5 million people watch North Carolina and Duke. It's like one of the top 4 basketball games of the season. And one of them was because of following the NFL game on Thanksgiving Day. And 2 of them were North Carolina Duke. People want to watch North Carolina Duke.
Yeah.
What do you think they're going to put on TV?
So the NBA, you want to do a television show, open up the lottery. Everybody has an equal chance.
Yeah. Then you'd only if you did it with just the teams that missed the playoffs, it'd only be 14 cities.
No, forget that. No, you're just moving the bag back a foot there, or maybe you're moving it 2 feet back. No.
If you open up to the league, then all 30 cities have buy-in and the ratings go up. Like, why should somebody in San Francisco watch because the Warriors are a playoff team? They're not going to be in the lottery, so it doesn't matter. Like, hey, Steph could capture the flag, and the Warriors could win it all next year. This is what will rejuvenate the franchise.
And, well, they're already decent anyway, but I get your point. It would make them better, and the league would make more money that way. And then you can play. Markkanen can play. Kessler can play. Collins, the fans can go ahead and root because it doesn't matter if you lose, if you win. And so you can play games in March and April where I pay good money to go watch that. The league is broken at the bottom. Don't give me some stupid play-in game where I have teams under 500 being in it. That didn't work. You tried it. I'm glad you tried it. It's okay sometime, but it is not a permanent solution. And I'm not paid by the league, so I can say that. The guys in the media who are paid by the league, they're not going to say that because follow the money. And if I was paid by the league, I wouldn't say it either. Why? Because follow the money. Always follow the money. It'll lead you on the path of the agenda. Every time. Every single time. Go ahead and make this thing, open it up. If they're serious about not having tanking, they can fix it.
DJ PK, it's 97.5 The Zone. Everything you missed in this show. Next, stay with us.